Alright, today I'm going to be a little bit of a doctor here, psychiatrist, do a little psychology on you in case you got one of these problems here. So personality disorders, kind of mental problems that a lot of us have actually at different times. And a lot of times doctors will tell you you have it even if you don't. And if you don't have it yourself, you definitely know people who have one of these things or more than one of these things. And it's good to know the names, and you're going to hear them a lot on TV. So they're so common, they often just have their acronyms, so they're just the letters. If you say somebody is OCD, you're saying that they have obsessive compulsive disorder. So a disorder, some kind of a problem. And if you have OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder, you can just call it OCD. It basically means the person has a problem, like they have to, they're really anal about being organized. They think everything has to be super clean, but not in a good way, in a weird way. Like everything has to be crazy clean. Like maybe they go into the bathroom and they wash their hands 20 times because they're obsessed with cleanliness. Or, maybe before they leave a room, they have some kind of weird thing they do. Like maybe they'll turn the light on and off like 28 times because they think that number is lucky. And if they don't do it, maybe they feel they're gonna die or something. That's a bit extreme to actually think they're gonna die, but they'll actually sit there and turn the light on and off that many times. And actually I've done that kind of thing in the past before, not to that extent, but that's what it is. And we've all had these urges to do something weird for no reason, but if you do it all the time, you got OCD. And you can just say OCD, people know what it is. Next one, Manic Depression. We know what depression is, I think, when you're sad all the time for no good reason. You're just kind of moping around, you're sad all the time. Nothing really bad happened to you. You're just sad. You don't want to go out. You don't want to hang out with your friends. You don't want to do anything. You just want to stay in, feeling sad, feeling down and depressed. But if you're manic depressed, if you have manic depression, it's kind of an interesting disorder to have. Your mood goes up and down, up and down. Now, let's say a normal person is kind of like this, or really their moods change a little bit. But if you're manic depressed, so this is depressed and this is super high, you feel amazing. And this just means you feel normal, like, not bad, not amazing. So people that are manic depressed go on these huge mood swings, and they could last a long time. Like they might be feeling unbelievable for months. Like if you're on a mania, you might, someone who's going through that might feel like if they're up here, maybe for 3 weeks straight, they don't really need to sleep. They're partying every day. Everything's just amazing. They're super confident. Their life is awesome. They see everything overly optimistic. Maybe they take daring risks. They go to the casino, bet their money, whatever. They just do a lot of stuff. And a lot of times people like them in this state because they're just really energetic, super happy, kind of the opposite of depressed. And then they crash and they go down to depressed, and they're mopey and sad and kind of a completely different person for a while. And then later on, a few months later, they go back to this and then down. So they keep cycling between really depressed and really crazy happy. So they're not depressed is you're always low. Normal is you're just kind of in the middle, and manic depressed means you go up and down, up and down. And another word for manic depression is bipolar disorder. So I'll just write that down because I just remembered it. Bi, that means two. Polar. This one's actually kind of easier to remember if you know the words. Bi is two. Polar just means two ends, two poles. So you go up, down, up, down. This could be days, months, weeks, years even, these manic depression. People going through that. Last one, ADHD. This is a relatively new one. I think I only heard about it, when I was in high school. I don't know when it came out, I can't remember, but it's relatively new. And it means attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, but they don't put an A for the activity. I'm going to write it on the site, so go to the site, check it out. But attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So I'm going to get into what all that means. So basically, attention deficit means that you can't pay attention. So often in school, some kids, they don't want to pay attention, but there's other kids, they really can't pay attention. So the teacher's talking and their attention span is very small. They're just kind of, they read 3 sentences, their mind is wandering and they just can't concentrate. So if you have attention deficit disorder, which is just ADD, that means you cannot concentrate, you can't pay attention. But ADHD is when hyperactivity means you're just going crazy. So it's also a kid on the one hand, the kid cannot pay attention, and on the other hand, they got tons of energy and they're just running around the classroom going wild and just driving people crazy. Parents don't know what to do with these kids, teachers don't know what to do with them. Got lots of energy, but they cannot sit still and read a book. So this drives people crazy. So the medical community has made, I don't know if this is the exact reason, but I think it has something to do with it. These kids, they don't know what to do with them. So they made some kind of medicine for this. And so if a parent has one of these kids, they often bring him to the doctor, and the doctor will say, oh, he or she has ADHD, and they put them on a medicine that kind of calms them out. And a lot of people think it's not good to be on this medicine. It's not my job here to say whether that's good or bad to be on that. But if you got a kid who's going wild and they cannot concentrate, they're ADHD. If they just can't concentrate, ADD. So anyway, a lot of interesting personality disorders. I'm sure if you don't have one yourself, you know people who do. Hopefully you don't have them, but these are very common things. And read the stuff on the site. I'm going to write a lot of good stuff on there at www.learnenglish232.com.